And the management of public funds. The report contains 220 queries on issues like contractors with mobilization payments but not on site, payments for abandoned projects, extra budgetary expenditures without approval, multiple contract awards, poor management control, undeducted taxes, etc. The Senate Public Account Committee, upon the receipt of the report, forwarded the queries to the Commission, who made a written response. This hearing is an opportunity for the Commission to publicly respond to the queries. The committee will dispassionately consider all submissions at the hearing and make recommendations to the Senate plenary. I want to assure Nigerians that the 8th Senate Public Accounts Committee will ensure that there is transparency, probity, and accountability in the management of public funds. All government financial transactions must be conducted according to the financial regulations, extant acts, and the Constitution. The committee has therefore resolved to consider all reports of the Auditor General for the Federation with dispatch to ensure that the accountability process started with the audit of government financial transactions by auditors are completed within a reasonable time. It is by so doing that the time value of audit will be achieved. The committee would like to urge all ministries, departments, and agencies of the government to respond promptly to its request and summons to avoid sanctions. Thank you. The query to start from. I'm sure you all have this. Do you have the same thing that we have here? Do you have the same?
Distinguished Chair, we've received the query response.
Okay, now you have the same. Now let me brief you on what I just had a brief conversation with the Accountant General and Auditor General's office, and what they told me is that the report they got, the inquiry they sent to you people did not respond to them. That you people responded to us. That what they got responded to the Senate, and that what they got was from the Senate and not from your commission. I wonder why that. Can anybody explain why you didn't send anything directly to Auditor General's office or the Accountant General's office?
Yes, the EDF event said, no, we didn't respond to that one.
You didn't respond?
No,
why?
I think it was based on the directive of the EDFA after he had gone to, after the presentation that he made in the press. Now said we should submit to the National Assembly.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not getting you right. The presentations he made to who?
The presentation he made when he went to AIT on Focus.
No. They cannot be.
So I think that's just a mistake.
Hello. Auditor General cannot raise queries, and then Senate committee may have belatedly sent them because your response did not state Senate committee, please receive it and forward to Auditor General and Accountant General. Did you say so? No, I'm asking, he is the finance man.
No, we didn't.
You didn't say so.
EDF did not say
okay, it
so
means
we
there's a gap.
Apologize.
There's a knowledge gap. So we have to find a way to solve that. So we'll all be on the same page before we can properly continue.
Eddie, do you want to say something now?
Just that I wanted to apologize both to the Auditor General's
Officially?
To the Auditor General's office.
To the Auditor General's office?
Yes.
So are you now suggesting that we will now go back and come back for that or what?
No, sir, we don't have the capacity to make such suggestions in the Senate.
Okay, so Auditor General, who is Who is acting here? Speak. You mention your name and the department and position, so that when we are taking records, at least we know who we are speaking to and who have said what. Now I will call on the Auditor General to start reading his query, so that at the end, then we'll have whoever that is in charge that will respond will then respond. Thank you. Can we do that, or you have the same thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm reading from the report of special audit, special periodic check of the activities and programs based on this contract. We are awarded between 2011 and 2012. It needs to be strengthened that some of these contractors have 3 to 4 jobs with their collection payment without reporting to site. One can therefore imagine why the region is not developed when the development program is being awarded as contract to be completed within 6 months, and the contractor will collect moderation without reporting to site. The issue reported above excludes those contractors that collected moderation and reported to site but with insignificant achievement before abandoning the project. This equally excludes those in which the Commission has declared their project as stalled. It is a common practice for the Commission contractors to collect moderation and refuse to report to site, to move to site. The blame for this should not only go to the contractor, but equally to the management of Niger Delta Development Commission, who awarded the contract that were not in existence, that is, contract without identification of sites, resulting to non-payment, non-reporting to site by the contractors. Besides the above, it was also observed that about 50% of the contractors who claim they have executed their various contracts to specification and completed with supported engineer evaluation certificate, we later found out by the team that some merely collected money for work not executed. This will be discussed further in this report. In the auditor's opinion, this ugly trend will continue in the system in as much as same class of people were recycling in the management and board of the Commission. The previous administration of the Commission was moved for non-performance by the government, but what was the successor of the administration? That came in 2011, which covered the limit of the visit of this exercise, and they have done more harms and damages to the system than ever before. This can be seen in the trend of moderation payment without reporting to site, as highlighted in this paragraph. Recommendations. It is recommended as follows. 1. Management should explain why moderation payments were made to contractors without moving to site. 2. The status of bank bond required before payment of moderation as per the above contract should be communicated to my office of verification, this time to BSc Senate Committee. 3. Effort made by the management to invoke the clause of non-reporting to site after moderation payment as required by the external rules and contract agreement in respect of this contract should be communicated to my office. 4. Management should explain why appropriate sanctions should not be applied to the appropriate contractors for the above irregularities. Paragraph 2.20.
Hold it right there. Now, we have to take a decision on the same thing, 2.1, where we started. No. You have the same. We don't want this confusion. Do you have this? Do you have exactly this thing that we have here? Clark.
The query that was sent to you.
It was you, Clark, who put this together for us? Is it not them? Yes. Yes.
Not
Then,
them.
to them.
By the Auditor General's office.
No.
By the PSC. Okay. Director of Finance.
So we should come on Monday. Initially, the information we got was for Tuesday, I thought I would get to the office on Monday before coming, before they changed it to Monday.
So you didn't get to your office to bring the information that we need down. So will you be able to answer this thing that you said now?
Yes, I see.
You'll be able to answer it?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and address us, please.
I'm the Director of Finance and Supply, Mr. Jimo Egbejule, Director of Finance and Supply. Director of Finance and Supply. Yes, on this APG, as soon as the previous board came, the executive management deemed it fit when they looked at the record and found that most of those contractors were not on site. They said they gave the job to a consultant to look at the status of all our APGs. And that report was sent to them, the executive management then, and it was...
Hold on, you are answering 2.112.
Yes, contractors with mobilization payment, but not on site.
70 billion.
Yes, but the reports that we got from the consultant was for 11 billion. When they went around the site, they submitted a report of 11 billion. And with that, the executive management now said we should contact the contractors. They contacted the contractors. Those who were not on site were asked to refund their monies. Some of them are, well, the legal directorate was actually advised to contact those contractors, which up to now the exercise is still ongoing.
So do you have record to show that some of those monies have been recovered?
Yes.
That they've paid back?
Yes.
That will bring us up to this 17 billion.
No, it's not 17, it's 11 billion that's the consultant report.
I'm sorry? The consultants brought back 11 billion.
11 billion.
11 billion from 70 billion.
Yes, that's what.
So, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, what we're saying is that when the contractors, the consultant went around, the report they gave to us was that only projects worth about 11 billion were not on site after collecting mobilization, and not 70 billion.
You know what? Do you have your submission?
Yes.
Yes. No.
I should just read it.
This, I don't know, unless it's back. Is it the same as this?
Well, that's one too.
Yes. You will see where it says allegation bordering on fraud and misappropriation by individuals.
This is our response. This is our response. That one is not.
This is different. I want you to take a look at it. Can somebody take a look at this?
Page 7.
Page 7. Take a look at page 7. And then I think I'll hand over this to you so that you'll be on the same page with us rather than
portray the correct position with regards to outstanding mobilization payments in the NDDC. While the advance payment guarantee policy followed by the Commission was aimed at fast-tracking project commencement and by implication early completion, it is pertinent to note that the mobilizations were covered by bank guarantee, which means the contractor cannot pocket such funds unless work is done. The milestone achieved and certified by parties to the particular contract, including the supervising consultant and the bank. While we acknowledge that some contractors can be dubious, recent review conducted by forensic accountants, the commission engaged revealed that outstanding APGs issued for which contractors are yet to mobilize to site stood at 11 billion and not 70 billion as reported in the Auditor General Confederation report. Furthermore, The present management has commenced efforts to recover the long-outstanding amounts still with banks without evidence of mobilization to site by contractors. It is important to note that some of the contractors are disputing the status of the affected contracts, and some of them have since, after the audit, returned to site and some jobs already completed. As a further step to check potential loss of funds arising from non-mobilization to site by contractors, after monies have been released to the bank, the present management has stopped the payment of mobilization on awarded contracts. We are making efforts to recover these funds from the affected contractors through the banks that raised the initial advance payment guarantee. We also engaged consultants to identify affected projects and have also submitted a report to guide management in recovering the mobilization paid, as such funds for which no work has been done are still in the custody of the banks that raised the bank guarantee for them. See Appendix 1 on page 69 to 265. Finally, despite the subsequent changes in the APG balance, occasioned by additional works done on some of the projects as a result of return to site, such outstanding cannot and should not be reported as illicit funds. Please see Appendix 114 on page 2901 and 2902.
So, what's your own opinion?
Though the commission is saying that the outstanding is now 11 billion and not 70 billion. The real value as at the time of the audit was 70 billion.
Auditor General, do you have a forensic detail, project by project, of the 70 billion?
Our appendices are in volumes. Volume 1 of our appendices that was submitted.
Yes.
Appendix 2. We call it Appendix 2.
We have only Appendix 1.
Yes. Yes.
Clerk.
Project by project. Are you aware of that?
Yes, we are aware.
You don't have what they have. Is that what you're trying to tell me? What? Do you have exactly what they have here?
We have our own record project by project, which
it's not part of what, it doesn't correspond with this. Is that what you're trying to say?
well, the executive management, when they set up it doesn't correspond.
Accountant General, Auditor General, I think, let me. Well, I think what we'll do, I will have to seek the Auditor General, Accountant General. The best thing for us to do, Madam, I'm sorry they brought you into this confusion because you are not aware of what is going on. It seems that the office has not done their work thoroughly. But what I will suggest, with my colleagues, we've decided that the best thing to do is for the commission to go back and then now meet with the Auditor General and the Accountant General and go through, have them sit down amongst each other. You can bring some people, you bring some people, let them sit together and go through this. I think that's the best thing. And then we will give probably 3 weeks, I think. About 3 weeks, so that they can now come back to us with, NDDC, yes. So that they can now come back to us with where they have differences. Then we cannot iron out the differences.
I think in addition to that, Chairman, it's important also for us from our own committee secretariat to have either our own consultant or somebody from our secretariat to join them. And if it means that it certain level will have to go, they have to go and physically inspect a project. The 3 weeks that the chairman has given is enough to go and do that. In cases where there are doubts or where the two bodies do not agree, then a visit to the site, together with our own man, will be in order.
Acting MD, can I suggest something if it's possible? Since the NDDC committee, I think they are starting their on Wednesday. Tomorrow. Okay, leaving tomorrow. Since they are starting on Wednesday, will it be possible? And I think it will help. Some of these projects they can now go and take a look, because they said they are good. You people are going to be there for 3 weeks. I think they said it's going to take you go and come. 3 weeks. So it will help too for them to go through this in order to help. Let them get involved in it, so that we'll come back here. At least we'll have an accurate record of what has been done or what we are looking for, so that we know what contractors we have to go after. So if you have the contractors and they have bank guarantees, those banks must. They will pay. Yeah. So,
yes. I've also observed that your response pattern is not in agreement with the Auditor General's query. If he's talking of 70 billion and applied projects, then you should be able to counter those projects one by one, and not just make a bulk or blanket statement. It will be paragraph by paragraph as per the issues they raise and your specific responses. You are saying that the NDDC that the amount in dispute from performance bonds is 70 billion, while you are saying 11 billion. It means some projects are not involved. Which are the projects that have been updated after the audit period? If you don't separate them like that, we will not be able to accept what you are defending. And then follow their own pattern so that you are indenting paragraph by paragraph, query by query, and your explicit answers. So it is clear that you are not fully prepared documentarily to continue with this audit. And so the chairman has decided an opinion. He has announced it, I think, will remain there.
yeah. You have this appendices that I have here. You have the same. Did you receive this? Then that's where the confusion is. How can you respond to what you don't even have? Is the 3 weeks enough?
I was going to request, distinguished chairman, if we haven't gone down. So if, with all due respect, I can request the Auditor General's office to furnish us with these details again, so that we can now properly sit with them and go through it, so that we don't come back and keep the Senate waiting.
So I would think that your office should officially request for the Auditor General's full report, so that we'll be able to work, in the same. So we must come to a conclusion, because it's a lot of money. 260-something billion is not 2-something billion naira, and that money will be enough to help the projects that we have ongoing, for the president to be able to do what he wants to do. Not, we're going around looking for money to do things. And then now, at least if we have 260-something billion, it will help the president to be able to handle some of the projects that he's looking forward to handling. So I want to thank each and every one of us here, and look forward to sitting here again in 1 month's time. Thank you.
There are documents to look at. And quite frankly, the Auditor General's queries are in the interest of the country. The Senate Accounts Committee is to hold institutions accountable to the people of Nigeria. And for us as a commission, we're responsible to these queries. We'll go back, we'll seek the Auditor General's office, we'll look through reports and we respond to each query one after the other. Again, you must understand that sometimes in documentation, there will be inconsistencies and inconsistencies. It may not necessarily once the Auditor General's office finishes a check, they will raise queries, and it is for the institution to respond to those queries. And based on the response of the institution, the Auditor General's office will then respond. So as it stands, we're still at the level of looking at those queries and responding to them. And even though, yes, I wasn't there, I can assure you that this is a government that is committed to transparency. And just flowing from Mr. President, there will be no reason to hide the need to expose. Again, we welcome this, and we can assure you that there will be no sacred cow, there will be no hiding. We will respond with all honesty with all of the documentation before us. Again, like I said, you may find out that there might have been some errors here and there or slipped because they didn't see all of the documentation. So it's too early to decide what it might be. I'm sure by the time we respond fully, then we'll be able to show Nigerians the facts as they are. But again, like I tell you, we will not shield any contractor who hasn't done his job. We will not shield anyone who has to be indicted. This is a new administration. Well, let's start. Until we start, it's difficult to say. You saw that when they said 3 weeks, I thought that might be too short a time. So we'll look at it again. We'll start. We'll give it every day, every moment, every time, every hour. We'll try to meet the 4 week schedule. I mean, we can't say it's too small until we start. It's not a total contract, so we're dealing with several issues. 202 queries, that's a lot.
Will you be coming here with your own engineers and those who actually carry out or supervise this project?
We were here today with our engineers. We were here with the heads of departments of all of the departments and directorates that are involved in the issuance of contract awards and in the monitoring and supervision. And we will be there with them. They would also be the ones responding to this. This time we respond ourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.